Greetings. I am Rev.Dr. Wanda Holmes, and I am an ordained minister with two organizations, United Metaphysical Churches and the International Metaphysical Ministries. I am a certified hypnotherapist. I am a certified medium and a certified healer. And I have a doctor's degree in doctoral philosophy, specializing in metaphysical counseling. So how did I get here? I am made in the image and likeness of God. And that was something that, as a child, I always wanted to know what that was. And I read the Bible, and the Bible said that it was God, and God was this entity way up in the sky. I have found out that God is actually spirit, so me being made in the image and likeness of God is actual spirit, which makes me also a child of God, which is the Son of God. And because of that, as a child, I used to read the Bible and understand and research. I was trying to figure out why in the world am I here and how things made sense. So as I came up through life and I'm studying the Bible, it took me on a different tour, a different reality. And I wound up in metaphysical, divine metaphysics. And what that was is, it is a philosophy, a religion, and a science. And it gave me a lot of answers that I didn't have as I was coming up in my traditional church. Love my traditional church, but it was a lot of answers unanswered. So as I studied and became more and more knowledgeable about God and spirit, I started to learn more and more about intuition, and I started developing my intuition. I always, ask God for questions, and I look for an answer, and God would always answer, via a magazine or a song or something like that. But I had no idea that you can develop your intuition. And as I did, I learned that I can talk to spirits. And my mediumship, I said I was a certified medium. I can talk to the other side and gather information and help people. I always wanted to know the truth about life, about God, what is real, what is not real, and I learned that for many years I had been drinking the Kool-Aid. I'm not drinking the Kool-Aid anymore. I am here to help people understand how powerful they really are, who they really are. And being a child of God, a son of God, they have a lot of power. Being made in the image and likeness of God, a lot of power. So I'm here to help people through my metaphysical intuitive counseling, to help people understand who they are and to work through life in a more productive way. So, as doing this, I've been able to take on and learn more divinational tools like spiritual tarot, spiritual numerology, and a few more tools, along with mediumship. And it has allowed me to engage with my guides and teachers and the Holy Spirit to answer questions for people. To provide a little clarity on two elements that I work on, that I provide in my spiritual counseling. One is tarot, and the other one is numerology. Spiritual tarot is looking at your birth date and making it your path. It is your path of what you are looking to do in your lifetime. We look at the major arcana, and we talk about what your life's purpose is. The other thing is spiritual numerology. Did you know that your name and birth date tells a lot about you, and that you have selected those two? It tells your strengths and your weaknesses. And I provide that information for you to help you navigate this life. And those two things that I focus on mainly in my spiritual counseling again. So I'm going to talk about tarot or tarot. It is not fortune telling. It is not witchcraft. It is information about the archetype of your life and things that you can do and who you are. It kind of gives you a blueprint of your path, as you will. So with tarot, I love it because it helps you understand and helps you get unstuck with challenges that you have in your life. And you can use several different spreads. It tells you about your past, your future, your here and now today. It can tell you about what job that you may have, or if something is coming to you in the mail. It's beautiful. It's loving, it's kind, it's spiritual. It's not hurtful. It is not telling your future because God gives you free will. And whatever you do today and whatever information is provided to you today with tarot, if you change your thoughts, you change your world, which can change the outcome. And that's what I love about all the spiritual tools. It is based on the present time and your thoughts that you're having now. If you change your thoughts, you change everything that comes along with that. And that's how tarot works. It just provides you a blueprint or an answer to a question that you're having today. So let's talk about tarot. There are 72 cards in a deck. There is a deck that you use. And with the deck, there's two major types of card. You have the major and the minor arcana. The major is 22, and it's the big picture archetype of the cards. And the minor is 56, and they talk about everyday life. So what happens? A person will come to me and they'll have a question. And they will have the question in mind. I'll say, think of a question or whatever question you need to answer. And then I will tell them to pick 3 cards. And I usually start with past, present, future. And I will turn over the first card, which is the past, and I will tell them what is going on with that particular question that they have as it relates to that particular card. And then now, the second card is the now. And so what's happening right now and today. And the third card, which is the future, I will say how your question is being answered with this future card. It is beautiful, and it lays out a blueprint that you can use to answer whatever question that you may have. I like it because it's spirit providing you with your answer. You are selecting the card yourself. It is not me selecting the card. So your energy is placed on the card. And when everything is said and done, your answer should have been answered. And I will say that always remember that God gives you free will. And if you change your mind and your outcome in things today, it may change the outcome of the cards or the answer that I just gave you with the card you selected. So let's talk about numerology. One of my favorite mathematicians, Pythagoras, studied and developed numerology. He was awesome. You know, you may have heard of Pythagorean theorem, things like that. Well, he told us how that you can use your name and your birth date, and it can tell you all sorts of things about yourself. The actual letters of your name that you decided before you came to this earth's plane are what you needed to work on. So the letters of your name corresponds to a number. And you add up all of the numbers, and those numbers will tell you where your strengths are and where your weaknesses are. So I'll give you an example. If you have a lot of ones in the numbers of your name, then you have lived many lifetimes as a man, and you have great courage. If you have a lot of 8s, and it could be 2 or more 8s corresponding to the letters of your name, then you can have great power. You can have financial power, business skills, all of those things you came here with. But if you're missing some numbers, like the number 2, you may not have, you have intuition, but your intuition is not all of that great. You have to develop it more and more and more, because developing intuition is like developing a muscle. See, numerology tells you all of these things, and it is awesome. It tells you what you came here to do, your destiny, your heart's desire, what things make you feel wonderful, and what you want the world to see, and not necessarily what you don't want them to see. Numerology is awesome. Thank you very much.